been over a whole year since I made the last video going over my wheel settings, and only little things have changed, such as the wheelbase itself. I am now running a Fanatec CSL DD as opposed to the CSL Elite that I was running back in the day. I'll be going through all my in-app settings, of course, and everything I got, as well as in iRacing itself, going through all the settings I have set up in there. The most frequent question and the biggest topic I get talked about and asked about with my wheel is how much degrees of rotation do I run? And me, I run the full degrees of rotation to 1080. In the app, I have it set to auto. It'll just depend on, however my in-game settings are set, but we'll go over that later. And also at the end of this video, I'm gonna try to do a dirt race on 540 degrees of rotation. And that's the main question I get, like I was saying, that people really ask me all the time if I run 540. And whenever I get asked that, man, I laugh real quick and I'm like, no, I run that times 2. So I've never even tried a 540, but at the end of this video, like I was saying, I'm gonna try it and we'll see how good it goes. But this is what my steering wheel settings are right now. Yeah, I got it at full degrees rotation. You can see on the right, 540 that way, 540 that way, equaling the full 1080. This natural dampener, I've never messed with it. It's at 50%. No idea, unsure of exactly what it does. Looks like it's just for like kind of steering oscillation and stuff like that. I don't know. I got it at 50%. And then the in-app force feedback, I always have at 100%. I only change my force feedback in-game, whether I'm playing iRacing, Automobilista 2, whatever in the world, but the only game I'll be going over here is iRacing, my iRacing settings. Then we're taking a look at the dynamic force feedback over here, which I got everything disabled. So it does not really matter whatsoever on this side. And then another side note really quick, I do have a DD, a direct drive, but I will say if you are racing on dirt, upgrading to a direct drive is not really necessary if you're on a belt driven wheel. I'll say my last wheel, the CSL Elite, was belt driven, and I ran my force feedback so low in game that I have not been able to tell any difference really between the belt driven wheel and the direct drive wheel, like on dirt at least. I mean, maybe a little bit on the road course, just a little, but like none at all on oval or dirt road or anything like that. It's really just been a pretty minor upgrade as far as the wheelbase, honestly. It's definitely nice though and high quality. Eventually my belt driven wheel did, crap out, and that is why I ended up upgrading to a direct drive. But that's just, my opinion. I thought I'd just throw those 2 cents out there if anyone's trying to look for opinions on what to upgrade. Personally for me, to get better at your driving, I would go for a nice pair of pedals, which is what we're about to go over here, these nice V3s. These things were a complete and total game changer, and I'll get more into why that is here in a few moments. But on this main page, we got the brake force indicator, or BRF, or whatever the world is called. I got it at 50%, which I guess I can show you an example here. I got my foot on the brakes here, holding right around 50%, and then I'll increase this to 100 max, and it drops it instantly to 16%. And if I lower the brake force input, I'm still holding around the same place, and it's now at 75%. But I'll bring it back to where I had it at 50. 50 might be default. I don't know. I've never really changed any settings in this aside from just calibrating my pedals. You press it all the way and you just set max. I got my handbrake set down there, and the clutch and all that fun stuff, a gas pedal. But the big thing about these pedals, man, is the vibration. You get force feedback on these pedals. These things will tell you if, you're locking up under braking. These things will tell you if you're spinning tire under throttle acceleration. These things tell you a ton of information about your car. And don't get me wrong, the force feedback tells you that too, but you can get the exact same feeling out of a belt driven wheel. You get, in my opinion, I really didn't feel any difference. But this is what I'm looking at for my vibration settings. I didn't really mess with any of this all too much and fine tune it, but this is, if you just want to copy paste what I got, this is what I'm looking at. This is how mine's all set up. A good one here to take note of is the rev limiter vibration. This is good for, I would say, some dirt road cars, because it'll basically tell you when to shift. You can set this to when, what percentage of the RPM gauge your pedal will vibrate at. And like for the dirt road cars, you want to shift up a little bit earlier in the Pro 4s. So I kind of set it to like 90, 95%, probably even need to go a little lower than that. And then when you're on the throttle and then your RPMs hit that range, your feet get a little vibration and that tells you to shift up, baby. It's a little life hack. And of course, that's just one example, driving the Pro 4. I never really changed this setting ever, but if you were to want to get really down into it and get really competitive, you can change this for per car and find the perfect shifting sweet spot. Of course, you can just use your ears too and listen to the RPMs. Then I still got the same Fanatec shifter I've had for a long time. I mean, this is the Fanatec shifter I had misshifting on me a while back, and I changed the cable on it. It has never faulted me since. So this thing's looking good. Then I got the old handbrake. This is a really old school handbrake. They don't even sell this one anymore. I got like a new model of it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and launch iRacing now, and then we'll go over my settings in there. We now got iRacing open. I'm out here in the Super Dirt late model at the dirt track at Charlotte. However, like I've been saying, I keep the exact same settings, the same across the whole board, across any car I drive ever. Now you'll see right here, it shows my wheel range as 1056. That is just because I go through the setup wizard, which I'll do right here, and we'll probably get like a similar number here. So I'll just go ahead and click calibrate, and then spin the wheel one way it says, and then the other, and return it to the center, just like that. You gotta center it, 50%, just like that, center, click next. Then it says to measure your wheel's range, turn it 90 degrees to the left. So we turn 90 degrees to the left, nice and easy, just like that. And then boom, the steering wizard is done. We got a full degree of 1080 that time, so I mean, that's fine with me. I'll change it, doesn't matter, 1056, 1080, I can work with both. And then for my brakes and everything, you want to have the load cell brake pedals selected. I got the max range of 100%, whatever in the world that means. And then for my force feedback, I got enable force feedback, of course. You use linear mode is on, reduce force feedback when parked is on. Wheel force auto tune, whatever in the world that even means, I have that on. Hopefully that's cool. Strength, I have it low, man. Look at that, a 7. All right, take note of that, 7. All right. Low force feedback. I don't know why it says 45.7 newton meters underneath it. Don't know what that's all about, but it says it right there, I guess. Intensities at 50%, smoothing at 15%, and then damping and minimum force at 0%. And I'll just keep showing you as I scroll down. I don't know if any of these other settings apply to anyone, but this is what I got set up here. This is what my settings look like if you're all curious. But yeah, that is how I set my car up and how I drive. So I'll just go ahead and rip a couple laps here in this practice session. And then after this, I'll do a race with other people in the 540 degree. So yeah, we got full rotation of the wheel. It moves in sync perfectly with how my wheel is moving, in person here. And that is the exact way I like it. And the reason, I race in real life. I drive an IMCA Sport Mod in real life, and I don't feel like I'm turning any extra in this game than I do like my real life sport mod. Like, I'm really not moving the steering wheel very much. And that was kind of a big argument people were making with me about the 540 degree, is that they felt like with the full range, they were moving the wheel a lot. But I mean, that's just not the case. Like, you don't have to move the steering wheel a lot as is in the full range here. But let's hit some laps here. Nice slider line. Oh man, this paint scheme I got is pretty awesome too. I love this paint scheme. It's obviously the mellow yellow kind of scheme, but I threw my name on it. Throw back to Kyle Petty in this sweet mellow yellow scheme. But yeah, very little wheel input. Don't really have to go too hard. I have a feeling like I might be okay driving the 540 degree. I mean, I've never even tried it before, but it also might be a complete shock. It might be totally weird. I'm pretty excited to try it out, but it'll be a few hours for me from now. I'm on my lunch break in real life, but I'm gonna go ahead through the power of editing, fast forward it a couple hours, and let's go ahead and do a 540 degree race and see how it works. But before we get into the race, quick shout out to RACELAB apps. That is the overlays I use in all my iRacing videos. If you've ever wondered what in the world overlays I'm using, that's it, RACELABs. They add things to your screen like relative timing, telemetry, standings, fuel info, and more, anything your heart desires. If you want to try RACELABs yourself, go ahead and get it today and use code Gavin for a big old discount. Let's get back to it. Well, here we are, gridded up in just a random hosted race I put up. Shout out to everyone for coming on out and wanting to race. And I am on 540. As you can see, I barely move the steering wheel, and it moves a lot. Like in real life, I barely move it, and it has a lot of travel. I was doing practice laps with it, and like I said, and was thinking I am comfortable with it. Like, I can drive the car perfectly fine. It's just a little weird. It's a little finicky, and I mean, definitely would not be able to drive like this on an asphalt car at all. I like to keep my settings the same across everything, so I don't have to like change things. But this will be, I guess, kind of fun to see. If we can get up to the front like this and if I don't overcorrect or whatever, or have some crazy mistake with this crazy steering ratio. But let's go green 25 laps. We're gonna do the whole race, and let's see how we can do it cautionless. One to go from the flagger, and we can sit here and try to warm our tires up. Look at how fast those hands are moving. This is crazy, man. I can't believe people actually like race like this. I've heard of other ratios though, or other degrees. I think 540 is kind of the extreme. I've heard people, you know, going 700, 900.
Green flag.
These guys are fantastic, but we are green. Ooh, getting real tight already. And it does take me a moment to kind of get used to the minimal steering inputs we got to do here. But quite the race so far. I mean, man, we were outside the top 10, and I think we're instantly inside the top 10 after lap 1. We were like dang near 20th coming up to the green flag. Yeah, I barely, like even less, obviously, like have to move my hands here. Which, I don't know, I mean, that might be a benefit to some people. I mean, if the 540 or 900, you know, works for you, it works for you, all right? I'm more of just like a realistic kind of way and really think that 1080 is the best way to go about it. Holy moly. I tried not to get into that guy. Had to get way out of it there. It's all right, though. I didn't let any one of these guys know that I'm doing like a test or that this is gonna go cautionless, you know? So I'm hoping these guys aren't gonna be upset with potentially how stupid this race is gonna be, but I mean, aside from the first lap, it seems to be going okay.
14.705. Go on, man. Picking up a little bit. Looking good.
Picking up a little bit of time. I don't know if this high line in 3 and 4 is really the way. I think it's probably more of like a slider line. We got a guy going for a straight line. I accidentally hit that guy there. That guy is, I don't know what move that was. But we're locking in with the 540. I mean, it's not too bad. We got that blue 3 car up there. Looks like he's trying to slow down or something like that. I got to keep our eye on that guy, see if he's trying to wreck people on purpose. Or what's going on. But we're kind of getting slowed up by these guys. Oh yeah, that 3 car is doing stupid stuff. Oh boy. We dodged it. See if we can get rid of 3 live. He's gone. Just like, oh, I got tight. Oh, yeah, the 540 isn't good with sliders, at least for me. Got really tight on that slider, but of course, you know, I was adminning at the same time too while throwing a slider, so that wasn't too ideal in itself. 11 laps in. We're just going all the way through with this thing, dude. Ooh, yeah, I turned right a little too much. That's a really easy thing to do. Is just turn right and counter steer a little too much. That was horrible. That was really sideways. We're rolling on these guys. They're gonna wreck each other. Move all right on up in front of that guy. Oh, gotta be tight setting into the wall a little bit. It's all right. Then we got a lapper on the inside, I believe, right there. But this 540 is gnarly on the sliders. We're murdering somebody. Get out of my way, buddy. I'm on a 540. Can't you tell? I'm all over the place. Oh yeah, I hit the top with my 540. There we go. Moved our way up to the top 5 here. That was 10 to go though, that last lap. Really trying to work on not getting tight.
14.803.
It's like a lot finer line for making mistakes. Like it's way easier to make mistakes like this. And I don't really feel like there's any benefit that I'm getting either. I don't feel any more smooth. I honestly feel less smooth using a 540.
Maybe one day I'll try like a 900, maybe on like live stream or something.
14.7.
Oh yeah, these guys are fighting good. Nice. Hey, the leader's right here. Holy moly. We might have a chance at winning this thing, but it's almost over. We're almost down to 5 laps to go here.
Looks good. That's ready to be. Comes it up.
It's probably not going to be much we're going to be able to do. Ooh, it's kind of doing a bit of a cut down there. We're going to go through a big slider.
14.952. Keep digging.
Here we go. I had to lift quite a bit not to get in the old JT on the outside there. And that went way too high for there.
15.06.
He threw a bit of a late block on that one. Oops daisies. This guy's getting out of the way. Oh, JT, sorry. Oh, we're good.
15.074.
Full pin, baby.
Good job, man.
Throwing one deep. Woo!
Here we go. We're low. 14.769. White flag, white.
This 540 works pretty good, man. We're kind of hanging on right now.
14.90.
Come on, baby, full pin.
14.817.
Oh, nothing we could have done about that. But hell yeah. Hey, that was a fun race. I'll see we took second, honestly. I mean, whatever. Those guys had to wreck me at the end, but second place, that was a fun race with a 540. And we were able to hang on to it, so I guess it is doable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is plenty doable. And, but not my cup of tea, really. I mean, a lot of minor, you know, corrections had to be made and little tiny mistakes here and there. Like, yeah, I wouldn't really trust this running in official for me. I like, you know, like I've said a million times, the full 1080, 1080 degrees of rotation. Back here on the desktop, and I think you guys, I mean, I said it multiple times, pretty sure you know how I think about that. I don't need to do like a whole synopsis sitting here. I pretty much just got done saying it, you know. I prefer the 1080. 540 is definitely a little video gamey. It's kind of the way I would put it. It feels really video gamey and just kind of a way to maybe cheat the system to steer faster, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of realistic, I guess, because you can change your steering boxes and stuff in real life, like have a steering quickener, like when I got my sport mod. But it's not quite the same as like that. That's just a little weird, at least for me. I don't know, it didn't feel quite right. I like the 1080, all right, I like the 1080. But I think that's all the stuff I'll be going over in this video. Maybe I'll make another one down the road, trying 900 or something like that, if anyone really even cares or anything. But if I missed anything or missed a step or whatever, you know, let me know down in the comments, ask any questions, and I'll answer it. Hopefully this kind of stays up to date for a while. I think I'll have this DD for a good chunk of time. But yeah, thanks a lot to all the YouTube members. Thank you guys all very much. Hope you guys found this video informative and all that stuff. If you made it this far, that's crazy, because we kind of got off track a little bit here towards the end of this video. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like on the video. Thank you guys once more, and have a good day. Deuces.
Come on.